Hey everyone, you're watching BS Franz 243. I'm going to be reading some more book synopses, and of course you might hear some bleeps. You might hear some odd noises coming from my computer, which is from Facebook, really. But I'm just going to ignore those so I can finish reading these to you. Because if I'm correct, I have 18 book synopses to read to you. And I've already read to you, what was it? 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 3, 11. I've already read you 11. Oh. I can do this in less than 20 minutes. Let me just get a drink real quick. Couldn't help myself. Alright. Number 6, Poetry Descendant. This story is about a time when people would speak and write poetry. The questions were unlimited as to how it was done. Does everything have to rhyme? Does everything they say have to be quotes from plays? Does everything they write have to be something poetical? In this era, anything is possible. But the main question is, how is the story started? Read Poetry Descendant and discover its interesting secrets. Number 7, Part of Your World. And as some of you know, I already did the book reading for that here on YouTube, but I still intend on publishing it as a book, paperback, or hardback, or even ebook. There's a whole bunch of options. Part of Your World. A young girl dreamed of swimming in the ocean. When that dream comes true, she becomes ecstatic. But soon after, she discovered a big secret. And a mystery in a hidden cave fell into her scaly lap. Both of them may be something that could possibly change her mind about her future. Will she stay with her family on land or by sea? Will she and her mother solve the mystery of their family secret? Were the bad men human or mermen? Read this mystical story and discover what lies beneath the ocean. A Saga of the Rigo-Skoden Gang. I actually made that word up. Rigo-Skoden. I love it. A Saga of the Rigo-Skoden Gang. What if ghosts exist? What if ghosts can contact you through dreams? Reach inside the story as a young boy discovers secrets about a legendary gang who once lived 100 years ago. The gang is back, and they're going to set things straight. The question is, are they going to set things straight by destroying or making history repeat itself? Number Number 9, A Test of Wizardry. And this one is actually the book version of the screenplay I guys told you about in the previous video. A Test of Wizardry. They say life is not a fairy tale. What if they were wrong? This could all be a dream. This could all be a test. It's the present, and life could be a predicament for those who can't see the future. Then, a professor dies mysteriously. Nothing seems possible anymore. Until 3 years later, no one could find her will. A young detective and her 2 friends discover what it takes to find out how the professor died and who is related to whom. The teenage detective finds evidence, magic, literally, and several other things. Though the young girl finds... Though the young girl finds new things, she and her friends become friends with strangers and... Who? Read this exciting tale and let your imagination soar. Hang on just a second. There we go. So I finished number 9. Where's 10? Oh, there it is. The quickest case ever. Daniel Hayes stumbles on another case. It's one of those typical murders. The manager of Beach Immersion Excursion is dead. Did the assistant manager do it? Or did the unhappy camper do it? Or was it the long-time employee? Whoever it was, Daniel Hayes will be able to figure it out before the day's over. And Daniel Hayes is a detective. I am trying to do a book series of it. It's kind of going to be out of order as I write the series, but actually right now I'm on the verge of writing the first book of the series. That one is kind of like a, what do you call it, predecessor? No. I don't know how you... Anyways. That was number 10. Where is 11? There it is. The Mysterious Life of Natarme. I actually made that name up. Well, duh. I would say this one's ready for publishing. Nice. The Mysterious Life of Natarme. A teenager named Natasha Warman wins a special screenplay. A teenager named Natasha Warman wins a special screenplay contest for a movie company. The prize is $50,000 and a chance to make their winning script into a film at the main location. What is supposed to be a fun experience turns into a dangerous, exciting adventure for Natasha. Along her trip, she makes new friends. She knew she was adopted, and her adopted father walked out of the family when she was young. What Natasha didn't know, her adopted father set a trap to find out what she knew about her birth parents. To add even more confusion, her past is coming to haunt her even more. Who are her birth parents? Find out, if you dare, in The Mysterious Life of Natarme. Kimberly's mistake. What if discovering something new could change your life forever? Kimberly Youngins and her best friend tough times after she accidentally discovers a portable snare with special gas. The snare was thrown away due to complications, but that didn't matter when she found it. The snare gave her something special and helped release something from her past. Then Kim started having weird dreams, and situations happened that she couldn't handle. Will Kimberly have to move out of town? Will she discover something troubling about her past? Did Kim make the biggest mistake of her life? Or was it destined to happen? Read this exhilarating tale and seek the beyond. Whew, getting goosebumps. That was 12. Where is 13? There we go. And actually, what was that I just finished? Kimberly's Mistake. Kimberly's Mistake is actually a sequel to The Mysterious Life of Natarme. Well, not necessarily a sequel, but you know, it's got information from the Natarme book. Where was I? There we go. Number 13. The Unfortunate Princess. Oh. That's kind of ironic. There was a time of princesses, warlocks, flying horses, and fairy tales. What if all that could change? What if kingdoms disappeared from Earth? Of all evil warlocks, there was one who was the most powerful with as much evil as one can have. His name was Domino. He could petrify someone into stone and leave them for... Really? He could petrify someone into stone and leave them for 6 years to be like that forever. I'm not going to explain why it's 6. The last time he did so was very unfortunate indeed. Princess Camille's kingdom only has 3 days left of the 6 years. Fortunately, someone in the kingdom survived. Then Domino hits another kingdom. The eldest of the royal siblings survived. Can the prince and Camille's survivor team together to defeat the evil wizard? Read The Unfortunate Princess and discover what it takes to fight the most evil of all villains. Number 14. The Lives of Fort Forison. This story was about Alistair Marson. It all started at the high school pool with Phoebe McAllister. Nothing seems or is impossible in Fort Forison, Missouri anymore. Now, Phoebe is in the hospital. Alistair is playing golf with his dad. The most famous nurse wizard is visiting the town. Alistair's very close friend Chelsea, well, you just have to read the story to find out. Alistair's dad, Alex Marson, is different from all of the characters. He does not possess magic, but no one knows the deep secret he carries. Sometime before Mrs. Marson gave birth to Alistair, someone magically messaged Alex. The person said Alistair will always be happy if he stays in Fort Forest for the rest of his life. He would not know what happens all over the world. From then on, Mr. Marston did his best to take him on vacations or camping trips. However, his wife would find a way to keep Alistair busy in town, not knowing about her husband's secret. Did Alex ever get his son out of the city? What happened to Phoebe? Did Alex and Alistair win or lose their family relationship? Oh. Did Alex and Alistair win or lose their family relationship? Why was the nurse wizard visiting this town? What happened to Alistair Marston's close friend? What was Chelsea's 6-year-old secret? Will her secret be revealed? Find out in The Lives of Fort Forest. Wow, that's a lot of questions. 15. Long Live Manavia. This one's my favorite. As much as I want to put this on my YouTube book reading list, I really want this to be a book before I do that. Long Live Manavia. It's almost like Rapunzel or the Man in the Iron Mask. When Caprice was born, a riot was close to destroying her family. In order to keep the future of Manavia safe, a secret guardian of the royal family split her and her twin brother apart. The brother was kept close and well hidden. Caprice was sent to another country, Meltrova. Now that she's 14, it's time for her to come back. The question is, will she rise to rule Manavia? Or will her brother? It's up to them and their parents. Number 16. They come for you. Whoops. Oh, that landed perfectly. And this book I'm actually going to read next for the book reading list. They Come for You. The prequel to The Wizard's Friends. What happened before she was an escapee is an incredible story. Aliqua the Magnanimous lived the life of a superhero until one day she met a unique magical person. Unfortunately, a crosspath of the two people and another was a mistake. Or was that meant to happen? Seventeen, there we go. The Scare of Noisette. Inspired by the Canterville ghost, this family hall also has a curse. When a family of 4 moves into Noisette Hall, they didn't know what would be in store. Deanne Barker becomes enveloped in a mystery of romance, intrigue, death, and worst of all, betrayal. An ancestor of the Noisette family disappeared centuries before, and he left clues, as did his true love. After every failure of others trying to break the curse, it is Deanne's turn. Will she be able to free his spirit, or will she fall into a deep sleep forever? 18. Leatherby Adventures. Off in Space. And actually, I've read this book already on the book reading list, but I also intend on making this a published book, and not just a published book reading. The Leatherby Adventures. Off in Space. A start for orphans living with their grandfather for the first time. A brother and sister discover their last legal guardian lives in a special mansion. The mansion has been in their family for generations. When their grandfather leaves for the afternoon, the brother and sister discover just how special Leatherby Mansion is. Now that's a cool book. 19. Lord Leatherby's Story. And if I haven't told you guys, the Leatherby Adventures is a book series I'm also trying to work on. But I'm actually having a tough time writing this third book that I'm on right now. Not to mention 3 other books. But hey, I'm doing my best. Doing my best. What the heck? I've written 30 books in 8 years. Number 19. Lord Leatherby's Story. It's not only the last book, it's the story of their mysterious grandfather and how Lenore met him, told by grandfather himself. The story is exciting and interesting. There's just one question on almost everyone's mind. How is it Lenore meets him and 30 years later she looks the same when she was 18? Number 20. Changing the Future. Although I think I'm going to split the 2 books that are combined in this one. Originally, Changing the Future was 2 books. Letitia's Goodbye and Letitia's Sequel. I decided to combine them so I could at least, figure out where I can find it in one simple click. Rather than 3. Changing the Future. A special scientist died soon after creating a time tunnel, not knowing when it would appear in the future. Over 100 years later, one lucky teenager found it. It was not so lucky when she used the tunnel a second time. Because of the nightmares she's had in the past almost 2 years, she soon discovered something sinister was in the mansion. Why was she getting nightmares? Who will help her stop these nightmares? How special could this scientist be? More so, what will she do to get rid of the evil? Um, 21. Oh, now I remember. Scratch that. I am not going to read They Come For You after this next video. After this video, I mean. I will read this next book of the synopses I am about to read. Because really, I don't want to do a book reading collection of They Come For You. Not just because of an adult scene that's in it. A couple of adult scenes that are in it. But because it's a deep thinking book that I'd rather people read than hear. Where was I? 20. Identical filming. Oh shit. It's my language. I just remember that there's quite a few adult scenes in this book as well. Identical filming. Twin sisters are separated at birth. Their parents couldn't afford them. One was adopted, the other went through foster care. After many years, they adapted their own style, but have several things in common. 3 of them are They are identical sisters. They have a deep passion for acting. And lastly, they have never met. For living in the same town for 4.5 years, you'd think someone would connect the dots. So imagine what could happen if a film production comes to town for auditions. 22. I really don't. 22 plus 8. That's not 30. Yeah, that's 30. I'm funny. 22. On the Bridge of Death. Life will get you in the end. And so, farewell to you, my friend. One final thing to just bend and kiss your ass goodbye. 'Cause life will get you in the end. Thank you, Eric Idle, for writing that song. I love it, and it's stuck in my head. Wow. Okay, 22. On the Bridge of Death. And the song is playing again in my head. What could have been done? Even if history was rewritten, he would do the same thing. Devin was the kind of man who always helped someone in need. Even after he quit his job as a lifeguard, he couldn't stop helping. While waiting for an old friend, a life-altering event occurred. Suddenly, he can hear people's last thoughts. For 5 years, he has no idea he has this gift, this curse. How much longer will it be before he finds out? And how much longer will it be before the secret government finds out? There is much to learn and little time, for the Nessus family are searching for him too. That book I had a lot of fun writing. For a second I thought I was about to read. Number 23. Oh, 23. Oh, 23. I was wrong. It's 23, which means I've written 31. What? Oh, it's because I just finished the book. Number 23. A coma helps all. History is about to change someone's life. Oh. History is about to change someone's life forever. A teenage girl named Maria Ashfield dreams the most perfect dream she's ever dreamt. And then she wakes up. At least she thinks so. It is the year 2415, the future. Unable to make sense of her surroundings, Maria becomes even more confused when she finds out who her ancestors are and fights for her life as her ancestors' enemies want her dead. Maria uses her courage and strength to fight these enemies while realizing that the truth of her family's history may be too much for her to handle. Can she survive her ancestors' feud? Will she be able to save her family, past, present, and future? Read A Coma Helps All and discover what she discovered. And I believe that's all the books. If any of you know what book I should read next, please let me know. Because I can't decide between, what was it? I can't decide between Identical Filming, Identical Filming, A Saga of the Rigo-Skoden Gang, or Not They Come For You, or I want it to be a long book. I've already done 2 short ones. Long Live Monavia. I'll have to find my journal because I know I wrote something in there that was going to help me figure out what book to read next. I'm pretty sure it was Identical Filming, but there are some scenes in it that are just as adult as they are in Trouble in the Making, or as I like to call Trouble in the Making, Tim, Tim. All right, that's it. I will leave you guys to it. Dang, 30 minutes. Too bad. So sad. Blah. I will see you guys later. Next video will be the starting of another book reading collection. This is the Esperanza 243 signing on.